You know, I hear the excuses all the time as if, people, when they listen to me, they just assume that I never played this American game and that I've never been in an extraordinary amount of debt myself. No, I've been in a lot of debt, a lot of debt. And yeah, I know that I sound like some type of alien and stuff because I'm trying my best to educate you. I'm trying my best to make a contribution to society to teach you how to live free as much as you can and without the oppression of being under the finger and the thumb of the banks. And you think about this for a second, if you will allow me, just for a second, listen to me real close. Many of you, when you go out there and you work, whether you get paid once a week or once every 2 weeks or once a month, you go out there and you really hit it. You work hard. And the majority of all the money that you make goes to someone else. Now, as I begin to sit back and meditate and think about this, to me, that's nonsensical. To me, that's not logical. To me, that's not intelligent. I know all the excuses. I've been there, done that. But I'm on the other side to where I understand what it means to suffer now in order to enjoy a peace of mind later. The ideal is you want to position yourself to where you're living off of your savings and not your income. And you want to do everything you can to save as much as you can while you can. And you can change your attitude and nature, and you could actually build a good rapport with people if you just learn how to do things the right way. But if you continue to keep trying to do things the way that this system has trained and manipulate all of us to think by constantly going out being in debt, I mean, you look at your income that's coming in, you say, okay, let's say you make $500 a week. All right, let's say you make that. All right. And then you have your house payment, you have your car insurance, you have your food bill, your light bill, your phone bill. Then you have your clothing, and then you have the gas, and then, I don't know if I mentioned car note, but you have all this, okay? And let's just say you begin to do the same thing that a lot of Americans do, which you make the mistake of. Let's say you're producing, let's say $1,200, $1,300 a month on the conservative side. You begin to look and see how much you have left over. And let's say you have, let's say after you get finished with living expenses, you have $500 left over. But then what you do is you begin to look at a car, which is a liability, because as soon as you buy that thing, it's depreciating in value, and it's going to continue to keep depreciating. So you go out and buy this vehicle that your lust of the eye has it on because, I don't know, maybe you think you look good riding in it. The world don't care about you looking good. But you go out and pay $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. So you're looking at maybe a $300, $400 car note every month, sometimes $500. And after about 3 or 4 or 5 months, 6 months, especially a year, the newness wears off of that thing. And you're still saddled with this debt. And you're paying interest for the first 2 or 3 years, an extraordinary amount of interest to the banks in order to drive this hunk of iron that's depreciating in value every day. It simply don't make sense. I mean, what you want to do is you want to divest yourself of any type of liability whatsoever at all in this life, all that you can. I didn't bellyache. I didn't bawl, squall, and complain and murmur and make excuses, because excuses, only thing that does is like a drug. All it does is just, it allows you to numb yourself to the pain that you're going through right now, but when you get finished coming off of the drug, the pain is still there. So it has to be a change of mind. You must force your mind to change. That's what you have to do. Income producing assets, any way, shape, fashion, or form. But whatever you want to do, I mean, I give you a simple blueprint. Somebody said, well, Pastor Dow, I can't afford to go out here and buy a house and all like this and all this other stuff. I understand that. And see, because somebody else telling you what to do, you just don't want to do it because you want to take the easy way out. If I gave this information once, I gave it 1,000 times. Why don't you just go out and buy 2 or 3 acres of land? Well, I don't have no money to buy it. There are people out here all over the place that are willing to sell you 2 or 3 acres of land on owner terms and conditions. Do you understand that? You can do that without the influence of the banks and stuff playing them high interest rates and stuff. You can just agree with somebody and you can have their land paid for, and now it's yours. Now you can build whatever you want, or whatever that the codes or whatever, it depends if it's restricted or unrestricted or not. You can build on that. If you want to, you can build a rental property. You just have to buy the building material as you have able and means. You have to be willing to forego a lot of pleasure and have discipline right now in order to enjoy the future later. That's what you have to do. And I know that when you have been conditioned and trained to think a certain way, you're not even thinking about my thoughts or whatever I'm giving you, because all you see in front of you is this big debt giant. But let me tell you something, that big debt giant can't go away. In this life, it truly, truly is more blessed to give than to receive. And most of you, it's hard for you to understand, how in the world can I give when I'm all this extraordinary debt? Well, I did it. And the principle, just like the law of gravity, is just true. It really, truly is. But you have to know in who you're giving to if you want to receive the blessing. I tell you, no, they've done a marvelous job at destroying our minds and conscience. They really, truly have. They really, really, truly. It's just a sad situation. Change your mind. If you really truly want to know what to do when it's concerning money, you don't go out there and take advice from people who you have to pay and give them money in order to receive advice. And neither do you want to take advice from someone who's in debt, and neither do you want to take financial advice from someone who do not know how to manage money or even balance their own house budget. You don't want to. That's foolish. It's idiotic. You don't want to take financial advice from someone that is an extraordinary amount of debt. I mean, it's sad. Look at the homes right now. I'm driving down the road right now looking at all these homes for sale. And they want top dollar for it, and the homes are already upside down. They want that top dollar because the money that they couldn't get when the realtors and everybody else told them that you're sitting on a gold mine, you're sitting on an asset producing piece of real estate right there, they bought the lie. So when they sell it, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make up for everything that the system lied to them about, and they're hoping that you as a buyer are uninformed. It's just a sad situation. But like I said, hey, if there's a will, there's a way. But you'll know those who really truly mean business, because they'll follow sound advice. If you want to be wise, you have to listen to a wise man. There ain't no way around it. And by the way, when you find one, let me know so I can listen to him too and gain and increase knowledge and then do exactly what he says.